what are AI credits? So if you've ever looked at AI software that you want to use, you might have noticed you're paying a monthly fee for them, but you also might notice like you get a certain amount of monthly credits per month or whatever the way they're charging it. But if you go beyond that certain limit, you actually have to pay extra to actually use more credits. Well, that's because a lot of those softwares are actually built on top, or at least using these AI models like ChatGPT or Claude. They're using them, so they actually have to pay to use their data centers and computers to do the tasks and to run their tasks. So if they don't charge you extra credits if you go beyond a certain limit, then it's costing these softwares more money. So that's the reason they need to charge those extra credits if you go beyond a certain limit. So basically these AI credits are like a currency to pay for models like Claude, ChatGPT, all those ones. Get maybe Google Gemini. And usually you're charged per 1,000 tokens you actually use. And this kind of includes every prompt and every response. So if you type a prompt into the AI and then you get a response back, well, that full thing would be all the tokens in that full thing would actually be charged. And the same with like if you put in a prompt and you get an image back, well, that image and the prompt are going to cost tokens, but of course the image is going to cost a bit more because it's using more compute, and obviously even more so if you're creating video prompts. So you can kind of see how that works. And so AI credits, basically, the reason that we actually have to pay for AI credits is it reflects the computational effort required. So this kind of includes like energy, which is like electricity, the hardware usage, so like the GPUs in these massive data centers, and the time you're actually using those GPUs. So that time could be like milliseconds or seconds or minutes or longer, depending on how complex that task is. Probably a lot of the tasks aren't so complex, but like there's obviously so much tasks going on at the same time all over the world. So a lot of this can be summed up as compute. So you might have heard that word, how much compute does it take? This is kind of like summarizes all this kind of stuff here. So the more tokens you're using in like your prompt, your response, maybe if you're getting images, the more tokens you're using, obviously the higher cost, because simply put, it's using more compute, it's using more of this stuff. The faster it happens, the higher the cost, and that's because you're getting priority usage. You're getting, obviously, jumping ahead of the queue of other people, and less latency. So latency is like you're taking action and a response comes back a lot quicker, a lot faster than other people's. So the bigger the model, usually, I suppose it's not always the case, but higher, like it's basically usually costs higher, because the bigger the models, the more memory they use, the more compute is used and needed for them, and then of course the more electricity to power that compute. So yeah, that's a general overview of credits. So next we're going to go into vectors, and then yeah, we'll summarize all of it after that. So